And we all lift, and we all lift together, together. Hi, everyone. Apparently, I'm a smoocha boy, so I will return in just a moment. Through the cold mist, till we're lifeless together, together. My darling boy, Rav, you are my lovely boy, Rav. I'm gonna give you smooches on top of your precious little head. He was trying to eat plastic. And when he saw me getting up to give him a smooch, I think he thought he was in trouble. He is not a smart man, that Rav. I love Warframe music. I have both We All Lived Together and Sleeping in the Cold Below downloaded on my phone at all times. Oh, is it purring ASMR time? Is it purring time? Admittedly, Oh, rubbing the face against the mic and everything? Look at that. That's some quality ASMR right there. Unfortunately, Warframe is like a massive grind. It's like a huge time commitment, you know? And there was a point where I couldn't keep going with it. Not with all the other live service and constantly grindy games that I was playing. Yeah, now that you know you're not in trouble, you're just purring like crazy, aren't you, bud? But I do enjoy the game. I love Warframe so much. I think I stopped playing quite as much not long after The Man in the Wall. Not on the keyboard, not on the keyboard, not on the keyboard. There's one rule, Rav, not on the keyboard. For a while I would always get so excited. I'd always get so excited when I would return to my orbiter and I'd hear a voice go, "Hey kiddo," and it's like, "Oh, that's me. Where are you? What are you up to? What are you up to, you little scamp?" I was always kind of a little sad when it didn't happen. Oh. Oh, this buddy. Oh, he's very cozy right now. He's very cozy. He's purring very loud. The man on the keyboard. That's Rav. That's Rav. Yeah, it's also just a very big game, right? Oh, oh. He's going back to where the plastic was. He's gone back to where the plastic was. Unfortunately for him, I have removed the plastic, so he can't chew on it. He looks a little bit disappointed, though. He looks a little sad. So I hope everyone's been having a good day. I've been doing quite well myself. I went on a lovely walk with my partner last night, and they got to bed at a reasonable time. They're gonna be streaming later tonight, actually. Fun fact. It's not their stream that they're gonna be doing, but they're gonna be making a guest appearance on a friend's stream. They're all going to be playing some Monster Prom together. And I love me some Monster Prom. So you should totally go pay a visit. You should totally go pay a visit. I might drop a link while I have you all here. Let's see. Twitch.tv/antiguess. So you know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna /shout out. There we go. That should work. So Lynn is gonna be making a guest appearance there tonight. That's my partner. They're lovely. And they also do have a stream of their own tomorrow where they're celebrating 800 followers with an art giveaway. So, if you want some free Stumblin' art, this is your chance. It could happen if you're lucky. On the subject of celebrations, on the subject, I believe it's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's about 5 hours from now. On the subject of celebrations, I'd like to talk about something myself. Because I'm not sure where I should mark my first major milestone on Twitch, but I'm actually 1 away from 500 followers at this point on Twitch, which is pretty cool. And also very importantly, I am closing in pretty fast on 25,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is fucking nuts, y'all. Like that's ridiculous, right? 25,000 people over on YouTube. And so I've been kind of considering what I can do to celebrate that. Unfortunately, I'm not a 2D artist, so I can't do an art giveaway. I mean, and I also don't have access to my preferred 3D modeling software because it's expensive. But I've been thinking maybe we could do a marathon live stream to celebrate 25K on YouTube and 500 here. It's not gonna be. There was like a brief moment where I considered a 24-hour live stream, but that's maybe a bit much for me right now. Maybe we would do that at around 100K. But I think it could be fun to do like a 12-hour marathon stream to celebrate hitting 25K subs. But I'm gonna need your help with that, okay? Because I'm gonna need a lot of stuff if we're gonna fill 12 hours, right? I'm gonna need ideas on what to do. So we're gonna probably talk about that at some point in the near future. Oh, thank you for the head pats, Righteous Niches. Thank you so much. It could be games to play or just stuff to do. There's probably gonna be ASMR. Soulsborne speedruns. Well, we're currently doing our Soulsborne marathon on Mondays, so I don't necessarily want to step on those toes there. Would I be willing to purchase a game? Maybe. But I'm thinking we can do some ASMR. I'm thinking maybe I can do some reading for you all. And I'm also thinking that what if y'all hung out with me while I did my dailies for that day? You can see all of the gachas I play because there are a lot of them. Can Ehlers-Danlos cause you to get lightheaded in a hot shower? It's not something that I personally have noticed or attributed to Ehlers-Danlos. I would have to Google to find that out. It is a very, very variable condition. There are several varieties of Ehlers-Danlos, so kind of hard to say. Do I play Nikke? No, actually. It is on my list. I have a personal goal to play as many gachas as I can as a matter of study and research. I have played Battle Cats, yes. Didn't really stick with it. The current gachas that I play regularly are Zenless Zone Zero, Arknights Enfield, Honkai Star Rail, and Uma Musume. And then I occasionally play the original Arknights still, as well as Fate Grand Order. But Fate Grand Order is a massive time commitment. Is so much. Is such a huge time commitment. Other gachas that I have played include Fire Emblem Heroes. I've played Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. That was actually one of my first gachas. I like my gacha. I like my gacha. I'm sorry. For me, right? There's like a couple aspects to it. Part of which is genuinely an academic interest. I find the business model fascinating, and I've also played Infinity Nikki. That's another one. I find it interesting to look at the ways that various companies employ their incredibly predatory monetization schemes. Limbus is also on my list. I have a lot of friends who are big into Limbus. I've also played Path to Nowhere. I can't neglect Path to Nowhere. That's a good game if you're a lesbian. That is a good lesbian gacha right there. There are some scary women. And they will flirt with you regardless of what gender you establish at the start. So it's like explicitly pretty gay. It's pretty gay. Like, God, who's... It's Zoya, right? Hold on a second. You love scary women? That's Path to Nowhere's whole thing. That's Path to Nowhere's whole thing. Hold on a second. I have a very important task to do. I'm putting a woman in the background. Remain calm. We're putting a woman in the background. Now introducing woman. Woman. Look at her. Look at her beauty. Do you see this? Do you see woman? Her name is Zoya. She's like the poster girl of Path to Nowhere. Look at her. Look at her. She's so beautiful. She will kill you. One of the main things about Path to Nowhere is that all of the girls that you can pull are criminals of various sorts who have done horrendously violent things. And you just happen to have a power that lets you, like, Because they have like some kind of disease or whatever that makes them act on their worst impulses or something. It's been a while since I've played. Um, and you have a unique ability that lets you somewhat restore them to their senses and also kind of force them to do what you say. It's fucked up, to be clear. It's very fucked up. But it means you're constantly surrounded by women who have done absolutely heinous things, and honestly, several of them probably would kill you if you had the chance. If they had the chance. But also several of them are into you, and sometimes those things aren't mutually exclusive. Like sometimes it's like, yeah, I hate you and I want to kill you, but also can I sleep with you? um and yeah, no, you can, if you play as a woman in this game, you are canonically a lesbian. Just outright. Or at the very least, you turn a lot of the women into lesbians because the dialogue doesn't change at all, really, other than the pronouns, and they flirt with you so hard. um but fun fact, at like a promotional event at a convention, this is how I found out about Path to Nowhere. Actually, there was like a con, right? And they had like a professional cosplayer dressed as Zoya at the convention promoting the game, and the people who were surrounding that cosplayer and drooling over her were basically exclusively women. It was just, she was surrounded by lesbians and flexing for them all, and posing for them all, and looking down on them a little bit, and it's and it was, yeah, 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 yeah. um so yeah, I'm a big gotcha girl, and like a huge chunk of it is the academic interest, right? Then there's also this aspect where it's like, yeah, yeah, I do like gamba. I do. Um and I I do, in fact, you can get an emulator and play it on PC. um My family does have a history of addiction. I'm gonna be fully transparent here. Like, there are certain family members who, with alcohol or gambling, have done poorly, and I'm full transparency. I have to be very, very careful. I say that gotcha games are how I get my fix without ruining my life, and it is honestly kind of true. I have a very, very, very hard and fast rule that I will never spend money on a gotcha. Because the moment I do, even once, I'll start to justify doing it more, and that will go badly. And so I tell myself, like, hey, Faye, if you want a gamba, grind this game. That's the only way you're allowed to do it, is to grind the game. And so that's what I do. Um, and so I just, it started in high school. That was when I first played Brave Exvius, and now here we are. Um, the last aspect of interest for me, okay, is because I like to dig through slop. I like to I like to dig through I like to dig through garbage. Like, you know those ads you get on YouTube for the super cheap shitty cash grab mobile games, right? You know all those ads you see for like the god awful, completely worthless mobile games that are just trying to make a quick buck. Those ads are for me. Those ads, they're for me. They're my ads. You wonder who would click on this? Who would play this? Me. I would. I do. I want to see how shitty these games can get. And until I find the day where a game beats my current lowest of the low, which is the one where a cowgirl has you drink her milk within the first 10 minutes of the game and it's non-optional, and you have not had any chance to make a single decision prior to that moment. Yeah, that's one that I found through a YouTube ad. And I played it, and it was genuinely, the first 10 minutes of the game are a completely unskippable cutscene, right? You're in dialogue, just reading and watching this play out. I don't. It's been ages since I did it. That scene stuck in my head, but it was ages ago and it's no longer in my history. I've tried to find it again. I have. It's vanished. But the game starts. First off, this is one of the games that does not let you choose your gender or pronouns. You have to be a man, which is one of the shitty gacha things that I don't like. I don't like when they do that. Also, I've played Woo-Wah. I completely forgot that I've played Woo-Wah. But you are a young man, right? And then you get hit by a truck and sent to another world. So it's an isekai. And you're reborn in this other world as a prince. Okay? And you are reborn into this world as the crown prince, and then 2 minutes later, the entire rest of the royal family all die at once because they were like poisoned or something. And so now you're the king. And your advisor is like, the people will not accept a king who does not have a queen. You have to marry. And so I've found and chosen, I've arranged a marriage for you. It's this cowgirl barmaid. For some reason, the decision made by your advisor is like, yeah, this fucking bar I love to go to. Yeah, there's a cowgirl who works there. I'm gonna marry her to you. And so he has you marry her, and the first thing she does upon meeting you is offer you milk. And all of this happens before any gameplay, before you get to make a single decision. And I do have to respect how the game wears its heart on its sleeve, right? Like, it's very clearly showing you what it's about right off the bat, and I respect that about it so much. But the ads on YouTube did nothing to suggest any of that. You just hop in and then suddenly you're there. You hop in expecting like an engaging game, and then it's like, actually you're going to drink this cowgirl's milk. Yeah. Now then, we're here for ASMR, my friends. We are here for ASMR, so I'm gonna open things up to requests. I'm gonna open things up. Anyone who has any requests, any ideas of what you'd like, to hear today. Then I would gladly add it to a little poll. What am I hearing? This doesn't sound like ASMR. This sounds like milking. Well, you see, you arrived right at the tail end of the start of stream yap session. I always do that. First 30 minutes of stream, I yap about some nonsense. Cowgirl offers you her milk ASMR. I think that might get me banned from Twitch. Hey, maybe on Patreon. Maybe on the Patreon. Okay. I can do fairy gets trapped. Fruit bat shows you her favorite fruit. Okay, I might have a decent fruit to use. Fruit bat. Okay. Cat girl mutual grooming. Sure. I can do force femme. That would be some makeup ASMR, some hair brushing probably, maybe some fabric handling. And last option we're gonna do for today is B girl. You found it? Question mark man. You found it? Excellent. Oh, thank you very kindly. Alright. I've made a poll. Go ahead and cast your votes for what you would like to see in today's ASMR. Your laptop decided to oof, so what did you miss? Cowgirl milk. You missed cowgirl milk. Anyways, yeah, for the 25K special, we might do some gacha dailies. You can hang out with me while I play some Uma and some Enfield and some Zenless and some Star Rail. I do play too many gacha. Let's see. Okay. If we choose Batgirl, I'm gonna have to leave the room for a moment, and I'm gonna have to hope that my fruit is still good. Those oranges have been sitting there for a while. Oh, but Force Femme. Oh, Force Femme is flying ahead. Gacha is a lifestyle at this point. I mean, the thing is, right, I didn't used to play so many concurrently. I used to play just like 2 of them, right? But then, well, thank you for joining the forest, Onyx Bunnier, or Bunler, my apologies. That's 500 followers now. Hell yeah. Is it Force Femme if you're all into it? Well, that's the secret. The majority of modern Force Femme is, in truth, willing femme with a tsundere. That's fact. That's objectively truth. Okay? 500 followers. Anyways, I expect you all to you know, hit me with the expect you all to hit me with a, oh no, don't do that. Don't do my makeup all pretty. Oh no. Don't make me so beautiful. How terrible. Oh, Detroit, become human. Okay, force femme. There we go. There we go. There we go. Set it to authentic only. I've searched princess bedroom on Pixabay. So that's what we're doing. I won't call this good enough. I won't call this good enough. Here we go. Thank you, Pixabay, for your assistance. Whoa. Check this shit out. This image is way too big. Whoa, damn. The image, it's completely massive. Oh my god, I need to make that smaller. Thank you all for the congrats. Giant princess bedroom. There we go. There we go. Hello. Welcome to well, that's just because images on Pixabay tend to be like crazy high res, which is a good thing, I would say. Hey. Hey. Don't you call me small. Don't you go calling me small, alright? I am larg. I'm larg and in carg. Hello. Hello there. Okay. I see how it is. Calling me 3 oranges tall, I'll have you know I'm at least 5. So there. Okay, so, force femme. I need to grab a couple things. I'll return in but a moment. Hello. Hello there. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Flawless Faye Audio. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's a little head pat right there. Oh, isn't that lovely? Right, so, how are we all doing? Eh? Why are we Scottish again? For fun. It's just for fun, right? I like doing my silly accents. You know, maybe I'll make that a channel point reward, right? I'll set it so you little chuckle fucks. Not ice water. No, it's iced coffee, right? But you know, so you all can request accents, just in general, right? I think that'd be fun. Right then. Okay. Okay. Alright. I believe I have most of the tools I require for the sake of this ASMR. So, Shall we begin? You know, I bet you're wondering why I invited you here, right? I mean, it's not like the two of us, like, ever talk or anything. I mean, like, why would we? We have basically nothing in common. But, I've been picking up on, like, kind of a vibe lately. Like, every time I've been seeing you in class, there's just been, like, something kind of itching at me. And so, I was thinking, right? I was thinking maybe I could invite you over to my dorm and we could have like a talk or something. Okay? Because I've just had this like kind of a feeling about you. Like, oh, to talk about what? Well, I was just kind of thinking like you sort of remind me of myself, you know? Like, you remind me of myself from a while back. Back when I was kind of misguided. Back when I didn't really know what I wanted. You know, I've noticed the hoodies you're always wearing to class. They're like cute. Like the oversized hoodie look is kind of a vibe, but it's like 90 degrees today. It's a little bit warm for that look, right? Kind of makes me think. Kind of makes me think. Kind of makes me wonder a little bit. That's comfortable. Yeah, totally. Totally. It's totally comfortable to wear extra super thick layers during the summer. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, okay? I've just been having some thoughts about you. And so I'm gonna do something. Okay? I invited you here so I could do something kind of fun, kind of silly. And if you don't want me to do it, you're welcome to leave anytime you want, right? You can totally just like get out of here. There's nothing stopping you. But while you're here, I was just thinking maybe you could sit down for me and I can just come right on over here. And I was thinking it might be kind of fun if I just like did your hair. Yeah. If I just, I don't know, if I just started brushing it a little bit for you, that'd be fine, right? It's relaxing, isn't it? Yeah, your hair. Oh, please. Short hair is like kind of in these days. And there's plenty you can do, honestly. Plus, like, it is kind of a little bit longer than you see on most guys, right? I could probably put it into a little ponytail, couldn't I? I think you'd look cute in a ponytail. You know, back in the day, when I first started growing my hair out, I was sort of thinking, you know, I didn't really care how it looked. I sort of thought to myself, you know, maybe I'll go with like some kind of emo swoop or whatever. I don't care. But honestly, that was just cope. There was a reason I didn't like keeping my hair short, even if I didn't admit it to myself. There we go. Your hair is honestly like really nice. Like, seriously. Do you do something special to like take care of it, or are you just born lucky? Oh, yeah, no. Men can totally have long hair, that's like totally fine, right? But I don't know. I feel like you would look really good with sort of like a more feminine style if you wanted to just like try it, right? Like there's no reason not to. There's no reason not to try, right? Like, gender's nonsense, anyways, isn't it? So, you can just dress how you like and do your hair how you like. And no one really gets to judge you, and it doesn't mean anything about you, does it? No. No, it means nothing. That means absolutely nothing. Okay. What do you think about this scrunchie here? Hmm? What are you thinking? I have like a couple options, you know? A couple things you could choose from. There's this white one. I wear this one all the time. I also have like a cute black and silver one. There's one that it's got this like sunset design on it. I really like it. But I don't know. I think you could go for some color, right? I'm thinking maybe some teal or like some pink. What do you think? Hmm? It sounds pretty nice, right? Yeah. You could totally rock pink. There we go. Bestie, we just talked about that. The color doesn't matter. Who says pink has to be a girl color, right? Who says? Purple. We could do purple too if you like. What do you think? I have this pink, and I also have a kind of lavender. I'm gonna go with the lavender. I think the lavender works. Let me just pull your hair back. There you go. You know, you really do remind me of myself. So many justifications. You're always talking yourself in circles. That's fine. A guy can have long hair. Pink doesn't have to be a girl color. I wear the hoodie because it's comfortable. Don't think about how I'm sweating through it. Of course, I was maybe a little worse, actually. I always used to wear winter jackets year-round. But eventually I figured it out. I figured out exactly what I needed, what I was missing. I really hope that I can help you figure that out too. Oh, and look at you. You're adorable. You really are. Your hair's looking beautiful. It's looking absolutely adorable. Now, how about we try something else? Shall we? Because I have something that I think you'd look really cute in. Okay? What do you think of this? This is one of my favorite skirts. True fact. It's one of my oldest, one of the first I bought. It still fits, and it's still cute, but I thought that maybe it would be nice to pass it on to a girl in need. I mean, a manly man who's wearing it to make a statement, right? To make a statement that clothes are truly neutral and you can wear whatever you like and it doesn't say anything about you, right? How about I give you this? And, oh, I don't know, what if I passed you this jacket as well, alright? Now, what I want you to do, okay, is what you're gonna do is I have a nice cute pair of thigh highs as well, and a simple little white shirt. And you're gonna put on the skirt, and you're gonna put on the thigh highs, and you're gonna put on the shirt and the jacket over it. And you're gonna tuck the shirt into the skirt, but not the jacket. Okay? Can you do that for me? You see, the idea is that the flare of the skirt, the cinch of your waist, and the little bit of extra padding up top with the jacket should cut a really lovely silhouette. All right? Do you think you can do that? Can you do that for me? You're still welcome to leave if you really don't want to. I'd be a little disappointed if you did, though. After all, I went to all this effort to invite you. I'd be very disappointed. So, are you going to put on the skirt like a good girl? Mm-hmm. Yeah, can't upset the host. It would just be so rude of you, wouldn't it? Okay. All right. Then I'm going to turn around and step away for just a moment. And you can just let me know when you're done. Or if you happen to need any help. Well, aren't you a cutie? Don't look in the mirror just yet, okay? I'm not quite done, okay? There's one last thing I have to do for you, okay? I mean, you've already come this far, haven't you? Might as well let me finish the job, right? You just stay right where you are. And my throat will try to murder me, apparently. And I'm gonna come in nice and close like this. And I'm gonna get to work, okay? You just stay put. You know, I have an amazing eye, I must say. Trying to take a guess at your complexion so I could go out and buy the right foundation for you. It's a tough thing to do when I can't just take you with me, ask you directly. But I gotta say, this is looking pretty good. That was all planned from the start. Of course it was. And this is the whole reason I invited you here, you know? I wanted to bring you over so I could dress you up all nice and cute. Make your hair look beautiful. And do your makeup. I'm evil. This is evil. I told you right from the very beginning. You're welcome to leave if you want. It's not like I've locked the door. So, do you want to leave? Do you want to walk out? Would you prefer that I not finish this? Because if that's what you want, you can. But if you want to stay, no. I think by now we're past rudeness. I want you to tell me. Do you want this? When you think about what I'm doing, does it put a smile on your face? I think I know the answer, but I want to hear you say it. Am I really so evil? Is this really so wrong of me? I don't think so. I think I happened to see a girl who was a little bit confused, who needed some guidance, someone to help her see who she really was the whole time. A girl who will talk herself in circles. And keep coming up with nonsense justifications for all the things she does, when the real truth, the center of it all, is just that she's a girl. And she's doing these things because she wants to. There we are. There we are. Look at you. Look at you. Aren't you so lovely? Some of my finest work, I must say. Now then, how about you turn around and say hello to the girl in the mirror for me? Can you do that? Good girl. Good, good girl. You're such a sweet, good girl. Pretty, pretty girl. That's what you are, isn't it? At your core, deep in your heart. That's the person that we both know you are. Good girl. Good, good girl. I knew you reminded me of myself. You can keep the outfit, by the way. That skirt really was one of my first. And I think I'd be very happy to know that it gets to be the first for someone else now. But I think maybe the two of us can go shopping together sometime. And that skirt will be the first of many, many, many to come. Yeah. I think the two of us are gonna hang out a lot more often now. My good girl. Force Femme Audio, let's go. The secret twist is that the popular girl and all of her friends, they're all trans femme. All of those beautiful women, they've all been trans femme the whole time. And or force femmed, which really means the same thing in this context. It's true, because the trans femmes are the most popular. Yeah, We're treated super great societally all the time. Dorley Hall moment. If you haven't read Sisters of Dorley, you should do it. There's an actual like book release, and then you can also access it on Scribble Hub, which is the platform I post to. Alison Greaves, the author of Dorley, is a wonderful person. Who happens to be in a Discord server with me, actually. Alison Greaves is a member of the Secret Trans Writing Lair, which I am also a part of. And she makes good stuff. She makes really, really good stuff. Low-key, why Scribble Hub over AO3? Scribble Hub has a pretty fundamental history with trans femme writers. I can't say necessarily the specific history because I only showed up after all of this happened, but I've had some friends who've been writing on the platform for a long time who've told me about it. But essentially, Scribble Hub is a platform for predominantly original fiction. Fanfic is allowed, but that's not the main focus, unlike AO3. And it had a mass migration of genderbend authors at one point. They came from another platform, and naturally a lot of those genderbend authors were either trans or eggs. And Scribble Hub is also one of the first, like, big online writing platforms to have a transgender tag and to allow you to filter things by that. And it just has a really big population of transgender authors. There are like there's a wide variety, and there is definitely some not transgender bend. But the fact is, because of the mass immigration of gender bend authors, it's become kind of a hub for a lot of good gender bend fic, including a huge demographic of trans authors who have done very well and who make really good stuff. The majority of members of the secret trans writing lair post a lot of their things to Scribblehub. And I would highly recommend the works of basically any member of the writing lair. They're all amazing, and I am so incredibly honored to be a part of that group, even though I haven't been writing as much anymore. If it's secret, why are you telling us about it? Don't worry about it. The writing lair does release group anthologies semi-regularly, by the way, which you can access on itch. I have participated in a couple of those anthologies under the name Ashlyn Flag. So, you know, if you want some exclusive little ficlets by me, you can find them there, as well as works by a lot of other incredibly talented authors. It was Scribblehub that got me into reading again, honestly. I read a lot in high school, and then I fell off of reading as soon as I was out, basically. But it was reading gender bend fics on Scribblehub that got me into reading again in general, because there were these characters that I was relating to in ways that I hadn't related to any character previously, and so it compelled me very strongly. My delicious coffee. And then that is also what eventually led me to start writing. I need to keep working on my fic. I gotta do it. I've been slacking because I've been busy with other stuff. Yes, what is your question? I can answer many questions. Have I ever used someone else's script? Not in quite a while. Back when I first started doing ASMR, I was not as confident in my improv abilities. And I did not have as much time or as much freedom. I've talked about this a little bit before, but when I first started my YouTube channel, it was right at the time when I found out I was going to be losing my apartment and subsequently my job. And as a result, I ended up having to move into my parents' basement for about a half a year. And I was still paying loans and still doing all sorts of stuff, and I was apartment hunting and job searching and all this nonsense, right? And I started doing YouTube because I was thinking, like, well, I've always wanted to do YouTube, and I like ASMR, and I think it's fun. And if it goes well, and I can start making my living off of it, then I don't have to be scared of if I lose my home again, right? Because now my income isn't tied to a location. I could keep making these videos anywhere now, right? And that's a huge improvement in terms of feeling stable and secure. And so I started making ASMR, and I started making those audios and using scripts that other people had written. I took them broadly off of a subreddit called ASMR Script Haven, and yeah, that was how I did things at first. Was especially because I didn't have a good mic. I was recording on a $30 cat ear headset, like actually. So I couldn't get good ASMR triggers on my own, really. And there were just a lot of things I couldn't do. And so my audios were broadly done with other people's scripts using sound effects that I pulled from a website called Free Sound. And that was how I did things for a while. And yeah, now I'm more confident in my improv abilities, and I have a better mic, and so these days I don't really use the pre-made scripts anymore. Wait, sir. Dill girl? Dill girl? You could do what? You could do what? Sorry, I saw I love the chat and stream A and B plot, and now I'm looking at the B plot now. Dino Bird Girls. Okay. Maybe that could also be a Patreon audio at some point. Oh, okay. I see how it is. You all don't need me. You can just entertain yourselves. Can't you? So, my lovelies, we have enough time for one more audio concept. So I am, of course, going to run another poll for you all as I scrape cat hair off of my microphone. Okay, Fruit Bat once again on the poll. Fruit Bat. You know, gotta say, Nervous Vampire Girl goes too far. By goes too far, do you mean she kills the listener? I mean, I guess we could go like the listener is just a little anemic now and needs to be taken care of. Okay, yeah, I fuck with that actually. I fuck with that. Their back is a grumpy ghost. Oh, I'm cozy now. I'm literally the most cozy in the world. It's a miracle. No one's ever been as cozy as me. Here we go. Just cleaning all of the cat hair off of the microphone. Do y'all ever think I should whisper more? Like, because I like whispering in ASMR sometimes. Just I don't know, in general or on stream, I think whispers can be good tingles, and I feel like I don't utilize them as much as other creators do. I also think that, you know, some creators do like nothing but whispers, and for me that feels like a bit much. Like I feel like if I'm gonna whisper, I need to justify it in the audio, right? God, what is that one? There's like one specific creator who did like Half-Life ASMR that I really liked. Hold on a sec. Hold on, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Let's see. Matastic ASMR. Generally speaking, and this might just be the lesbianism in me, I typically prefer listening to women's voices. I find them pleasant and relaxing in general. But Matastic ASMR is a man who does, frankly, have a succulent voice. Like his tone of voice, his speaking tone, is enough to give me tingles on its own. He does a very good job. And he usually justifies the reason he's quiet in his videos, right? If he's gonna be like whispering or speaking very softly. And I like that quite a bit. And in the Half-Life ASMR he did, I was like, you're interviewing for a job at the Black Mesa facility. And first off, he has like the Half-Life scientist voice, like down to a science. It's fucked up. He does it too good. But he's doing that voice, but he's speaking very softly, and he establishes at the beginning that like the reason he's being quiet and you have to be quiet is because the acoustics lab down the hall is running a sensitive experiment, and they need as close to absolute science as possible because the facility hasn't been able to afford adequate soundproofing for the acoustics lab for some reason or another. And I like when there's like actual justification for why they're whispering or why they're speaking so softly. And so if I'm gonna whisper, I usually try and like come up with a reason why we have to be quiet, you know? Absolute science. Indeed, everyone, indeed. If you haven't checked out Matastic ASMR, I would genuinely highly recommend it. He has a lot of really, really good stuff. There was, yep, the Half-Life ASMR. He has another one called ASMR The Product, where he's showing you a McDonald's meal, like, in like a weird kind of sinister way. He's good at doing like vaguely sinister things. My first video of his was called Asking You Strange Questions, and he's got like the full like Agent 47 hitman drip going on, and he's asking you nonsense. And that's it. That's the audio. He's asking you these weird ass questions in a kind of intimidating voice and then scribbling down your answers on a clipboard. Horse girl cracks your egg, gets yet another. There we go. So, any other suggestions for our final audio of the day, my lovelies? I'm pretty excited for the audio that I'm going to be recording tonight. The patrons have voted. Werewolf listener goes for walkies. Can think about that. We need to figure out what triggers we can squeeze into that, but I like the idea. Calling you pathetic for like 20 minutes? Sure. Sure. We can do a little bit of mild degradation. Hey, Elizabeth Shrike, we cast no judgment here. I am also into that. I am also into beautiful women saying mean things to me. Advert girl attempts to convince you to spend money on a mobile game. Isn't that just what I did at the first 30 minutes of stream? Sentient blanket? I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Your blanket should comfort you. Oh, unfortunately, that was the last slot. I'm very, very sorry. Rav Smooch. Alright. I didn't get degradation until GLaDOS. That'd do it. That would do it. Honestly, that'd do it. I'm gonna go grab the boy. I'm gonna go grab my boy. Hi. You wanna come on? Come in. Come in here. Come here. Or do I have to scoop you? Do I have to scoop you? Okay, scooping time. Sorry, but escape is illegal. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hi, bud. Oh, there's my buddy. There's my buddy. Okay, onto the desk you go. No touching my ear picks. Here we go. Here we go. It's time for more purring ASMR. He likes to sit on this side of the mic. It's his favorite spot. If there's a tie, I think I'll do a tiebreaker. Hi, bud. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, that's my bud. That's my baby boy. He has many powers. What if both at once? Unfortunately, I only have one voice. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Okay. Well then. Vampire. Or degradation. There we go. It's... yeah, it's definitely not for everyone, right? What is he doing? I brought some clothes in here for the Force Femme audio. And the clothes are currently sitting next to me on the floor. And he's like attacking them. Like at first he was making bread, but now he is attacking them. Like violently. Violently. He's defending me. Oh, of course. Those clothes, they're a threat. Y'all. Y'all. We can't do this. We can't do this. I can't do both. I can't. I mean, I guess technically I could do both, but oof, you're asking a lot. I would have to be a mean vampire, and I'm niceys. I'm literally niceys. Oh, the tie is current. You know, fun fact: I could vote. I could restore. Oh, the tie has been restored, anyways. I'm literally niceys. The original premise was a nervous vampire who feels bad. Tsundere. I could do tsundere vampire. Do we count that as a happy middle ground? If I tsun a little bit? Okay. Okay. It's not like your blood tastes good or anything. Okay. 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 I think I've decided the vampire is gonna be tsundere and then is going to like immediately panic when you start getting dizzy. Okay. Vampire did win. It's not gonna be degradation, Dino Bird Girl. But I think tsundere is silly fun. Big stretch. Big stretch. Arms over my head. I gotta lock in. I gotta get into character. Should I be British, do you think? Should I do an accent for this one? Are we in the mood for that? Should I be British, my lovelies? I'm not doing that accent. Personally, no. We have some mixed opinions here. We have some people who seem to be in favour, and others who seem to be against. Shall we do a third fucking poll? Alright. It's going to be a shorter one. Alright? Substantially shorter. Brit. You know what? Fuck it. I've left my autocorrect, my fucking caps lock. Who gives a shit? Accent. No, as in. Perfect. That's an excellent poll right there. That's perfect. In a polycule, do they do democracy to decide dinner? I actually have an authoritarian polycule, I'll have you know. Oh, everyone wants the accent. Alright. Okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes. I see the vision. I see the vision. I see the vision. Alright? Hear me out. Vampire princess. She's very haughty. She thinks very highly of herself. She certainly thinks she's above you. And she's going to be feeding on you today. She's chosen you from amongst the peasantry to be fed upon. But then, perhaps because she's only recently been turned, perhaps there's a cultural thing where when the royalty reaches a certain age, that's when they're turned. So this is recent for her. She's unused to it, certainly unused to feeding directly from a person. And so she goes a bit too far, you start to get anemic, and then she feels awful about it. Alright? What do we think of that? Sound fun? I think it sounds fun. So I need a better image than this one. Let's grab Royal Chambers. Anything like that, Pixabay. Authentic only. Not a lot that's really good. That is a shack. That image is a shack. And it also appears to be AI generated. I said authentic only. I did. And here we are. Princess in the AI shack. Oh, you know what? I was actually quite hunched over there. Let's see. Right. This looks acceptable. Yes, I would say this is a tolerable bedroom. Oh, tink my order as well. Alright. Oh my goodness, I fucking slurped there. That was disgusting. I will be drinking a lot more than my oiter soon. Ha 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 ha. Let's see. Here we are. Perfect. Perfect. Tweak the scale slightly. Oh, that's the wrong thing to scale. There we are. There we are. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So. Rav? I need your support. I have to get into character. Alright? Okay. He paused in his bathing to look at me when I pointed at him. Alright. Focus up, focus up. Into the zone. I'm a vampire. I'm better than you, yes, yes. I'm also rather pathetic myself. And I'm going to fall to pieces, like halfway through. Alright. Alright. Here we are. So, you're the one, are you? You don't look like much, but I suppose I won't know how you taste until I sample you, will I? What's your name, peasant? Go on, speak. Interesting name. Well, it's very nice to meet you. I take it you understand why you've been brought here before me, yes? You see, recently I went through a rite of passage, as it were, and now I'm feeling a bit peckish. You should be honoured, to be clear, to have the opportunity to be my first meal. Oh, yes. You should be quite honoured indeed to be chosen from amongst the masses. Not that it really indicates anything special about you. You just happened to be lucky. And it is quite the lucky thing, isn't it? To be afforded the opportunity to stand in my presence. To get to bear witness to one such as myself. You will have the honour of feeling my fangs pierce your neck, my lips against your skin. It is an honour that quite few will ever get to experience, and you, fortunately for you, get to be the first. Isn't that lovely? Isn't it just lovely? Sit down for me. Sit down, sit still. Why would I pick you? I didn't. I simply asked the servants to choose whoever would seem the most appetizing. Apparently they chose you, though, to be honest, I'm not really sure they knew what I was asking for. They are painfully mortal like yourself, after all. Now then, stay quite still, and this will be over before you know it. All right? Oh. 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 Your taste is admittedly quite pleasant. I must say, I was not quite aware of just how hungry I was until this moment. I was starving, wasn't I? Wait, no, stop. There. All right. Oh, shitting hell. Fuck. Okay. The wound is closed. All right? Look at me. I used vampiric magic. The wound is closed. Hell. Okay. Stay put. Don't move. Just lie down. I'm perfectly... Stop talking. Just shut it. Your mouth, shut. Not another word, okay? Water. That's good. That's a good start. If I just... Drink this. Drink. Now. The term is Your Highness, not Your Majesty. Majesty is reserved for the monarch. Whatever. Who gives a shit? Much better. You're fine, peasant. You should stay there. All right? Just stay where you are and breathe. God, that happened so fast. And I'm still hungry. I just... Oh. Don't pass out. Listen to me. Don't fall asleep. No matter what you do, do not fall asleep. You will stay awake. And you will stay present. Because I will not be responsible for a death on my first day of feeding. Alright? I am the Crown Princess, and I am capable of restraint. I don't care if you're tired. I don't give a shit. You are going to stay awake. Because if you fall asleep, stay awake, right? Have you no sense of self-preservation? Shit. Okay, I need... Where in the hell is it? Okay. I need a maid to come here right now. Stay put. Don't try to stand up. The blood will drain from your head. Finally. I need food. I don't care what kind, just nutritious, I guess. Something for restoring blood. Now. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. I'm in control. I'm handling the situation. Okay. You... Has the water helped at all? Even a tiny bit? Oh, I hate to say it. I am sorry. I made a mistake. Damn it. Okay. Shut up. It was just... It was for my own conscience, not for you. All right. I'm going to hoist you. All right? You don't... We've only just met. You're delirious from blood loss. Just... Here, if I just... Right. And I'll just take you to the bed. There. I'll just tuck these blankets around you. Is this marginally more comfortable? Of course it would be softer. It's mine. Royalty deserves the best, after all. Just relax. And stay awake. Okay? You can rest, but don't fall asleep. Oh. Don't say it. Oh. All right. I need another maid. Excuse me. Hi. I'm going to need all of the bedding washed, and all of my clothing, and all of the draperies. Also, maybe in the morning if you could clean off the peasant as well, as a token of apology for this. No, the peasant is in my bed because the peasant nearly died. There is no other reason. Now go. I am not exaggerating. If you had lost consciousness, you would not have woken up. Now just stay put. There will be food soon. We can restore your strength. And I will not be made a murderer. I thought I was prepared for this. I thought I knew everything I needed to, that I would be the very picture of restraint, but you just... The flavour and the hunger, it was all just so overwhelming, and I nearly... Don't say that about yourself, you moron. Legally, and in the eyes of the kingdom, and in my eyes, I am worth far more than you, but you're not worth less. You're still a person. And I would be upset if you died at my hands. If you're going to die someday, do it somewhere I can't see. I'll just... Stop talking, okay? You smell awful, by the by. Next time the maids bring a peasant for a meal, I'll have to make sure they're washed. That is highly improper. Besides, I would never lower myself like that, or sully my hands. Absolutely not. You know, a delirious mind can only excuse so much. Whatever. I just... Try to value your life a little more highly, all right? I just... And it's not really like I care about you. I just don't think you should be so eager to... Whatever. Whatever. Just stay where you are. And I guess if you're really feeling better, maybe you can sleep. Just stay. All right? Don't you dare die. Ta-dum. That was a fun one. I always like when I realize like halfway through an audio a way I can use a new trigger. Like I was thinking about like what I could do, and obviously there was the biting, and I was gonna rub the mic with some fabric as like the blankets in the bed. But like halfway through I was like, I want to call a maid. Do I have a bell? And the answer was no, actually. I don't have a bell. That was not a bell. This is an incense burner, actually. It's a little metal incense burner for the incense cones. And it has a metal top. And so I just took the metal top and I tapped it against the base. And there you have it. Well, that's the thing, right? When you're doing ASMR, you gotta get real creative. It's part of what makes it so fun, honestly. Pavlov puppy listener audio when? I literally already made the puppy clicker audio. That's on YouTube. You can get clicker trained by me right now. It is a little too loud, admittedly. I should have used a pen. I should have just used a pen. But that's a thing that I've learned. I didn't expect it to be as loud as it was, honestly. I mean that's the thing, right? Furry petty officer is that when I'm creating, because I'm not on camera and you can't hear the actual source of the sounds, I can do clever things, and then if I tell you that a sound is a given thing, then I can usually pretty reliably convince people that it is. I kind of want to go to... I kind of want to go shopping sometime soon. See if I can pick up some new stuff to make fun sounds. It's like my go-to thing, is every now and then I'll set aside a budget and go shopping for new stuff to use as triggers. And I'm feeling like I'm at the point where I want to play with some more stuff. Do I plan on making some of the stream audios into more refined versions for the main channel? Maybe. I mean, there's the VOD channel already. I think the fact is, like, the audios that I do here, because of the nature of how they're recorded, Um, they tend to not be quite as polished as the ones that I would do normally, and it would be hard for me to make them that polished. And this is the reason I post the VODs on like a separate channel and all that. Is I would want to make sure that I'm not tanking myself in the algorithm by posting stuff that I'm not like 100% confident in. A remake of Cowgirl Alien? I could do that, totally. I enjoyed that audio. We just had a mismatch on where we expected it to go. And I was fully locked in on hard sci-fi. That's all that happened. Yeah, I mean, I have like polls on Patreon where patrons can vote for stuff, and I might go ahead and put some of these concepts that we've done live onto there as ideas for me to do a more polished version of, if that sounds nice to y'all. Dino Bird Girl, I would really prefer if we just dropped that. We had that conversation before. I explained to you why I did it, why things ended up that way. I explained that I don't agree with ancient aliens as a conspiracy theory, and I don't personally like it very much as a sci-fi trope. I did not expect science fantasy. I did not expect gods to be mentioned at all in the course of that audio. But people talking about gods was the only thing I got from chat. And I needed to figure out a way to fit that into the audio. And that was the first place my brain went. That is a consequence of improv. That is a consequence of me misunderstanding what you wanted when you first requested it. It just happens. In any case, I would very much prefer if we could just move on from that. Like I've already expounded upon my thoughts and what I think about all of that, and that I also wish that audio had gone differently. Anyways, I do believe we have reached a point where it's around the time that I would normally raid out to someone. So, let's see who we want to visit today, shall we? Thank you, Elizabeth Shrike. Oh, I'm sorry, Lara Croft's good girl. Yeah, I usually stream for about 2 hours for these ASMR streams. My voice would get very, very tired otherwise. Get very, very, very tired. Okay. So, I'm seeing a couple options. Okay, my lovelies? We have a streamer called Minari V, who is doing, quote, doing business at the business factory under the ASMR tag. Or we have someone called Reese, who is doing vampire ASMR. Quote, vamp ASMR, spicy feeding session, and neck lickies. So, are we in the mood for business or mouth sounds? What's the vibe? What's the vibe? Oh god, it's like a 50-50 split. Hold on a second, I have a brilliant idea. I have a brilliant idea, my lovelies. Do you know what my brilliant idea is? Do you know? It's called, what if we did one last poll? What if we did one last poll for the road? Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Da 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 da. Who we raidin'? If I can type. Business factory or spicy vampire. I did look at the stream preview. It's looking a little spicy. It is looking a little spicy. That avatar is a bouncy one, I tell you what. I mean, mouth sounds, they can be pretty spicy just inherently. If you're doing vampire stuff, that's life. It's pretty hard to make a vampire audio and have it not be spicy, honestly. Fake and type shocking. What do you mean shocking? Why is it shocking that I am capable of typing? Mm-hmm. Okay, spicy vampire takes the win. So, looks like that's where we're heading, my friends. Let's go. Let's go raid. Onwards. Oh, never mind. She does not accept incoming raids. Well, shit. I guess we're doing business. Business time. Time to go to the business factory. To the business factory we go, onwards. Onwards. Democracy dies in darkness, etc., etc. Are we ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.